Welcome to the Cincy Postcast. I'm Kevin Wallace, and before we get started with today's episode, I want to tell you about our friends over at Streetside Brewery, where we are hosting a live show on Sunday, November 2nd, from around 5:15, 5:30-ish, leading up to kickoff at 6:30 p.m. That is the away leg of this best of three round one series. Come join us. We will preview the game. We will get you excited. We will get you pumped. And you get to have some of the best daggone beer in the city from Streetside Brewery. Okay. It is a win-win. They have delicious food, friendly staff. It is a great time. Really, really good stuff going on there. So happy to be back there. And I am looking forward to seeing all 12 of the wonderful listeners of the Cincy Postcast there. So come on out, check us out. We'll be cheering on the team together. It'll be a ton of fun. We look forward to having you there. And a huge thank you to Streetside for sponsoring this episode and letting us invade their space and talk a little soccer at you before that game. And on today's episode, oh baby, you saw it in the title, all right? I'm not going to be coy about it. Nick Hagglund is here, okay? Nick Hagglund, we have him on the show. You've got questions? He's got answers, okay? It's a really, really fun conversation. I really hope people enjoy this one. Before that, we talk a little Hell is Real, sort of vibes going into the weekend, that first matchup. We come out of that conversation with Nick with a couple of questions from listeners. You put it all together and you got yourselves a lovely and very Cincinnati edition of the Postcast. Joining me to talk about all of that and more, I am joined by two gentlemen who are ready for some playoff soccer, joined by the Chief, joined by Grayson. Chief, how are we doing tonight?
I'll tell you what, it's feeling like playoff time. There's a little crispness in the air right now. It's jeans and hoodie season.
Oh, my favorite.
It's my favorite. We're firmly into fall right now. And when you ask, playoff soccer, ready for playoff soccer, I've been thinking about this all day because I knew we had to tape tonight. And I think we got to hash this out right now because I think this is truly, if we can accomplish this one thing on the show tonight, we may have provided a service to our listeners, which I know is rare.
Whoa.
You're also going to get a killer interview, too. But if we can accomplish this other thing, Kevin, help me balance how optimistic and fearful I should be heading into this weekend and this game on Monday. Because we're going to break down the game and we're going to break down everything on Monday. So until we do that, right now, it's just, am I supposed to be fearful? Am I supposed to be hopeful? Should I get my hopes up? Should I, tamp down expectations? I'm looking at numbers. I was breaking down like the history of this matchup since Chris Albright took over, since Wilfred Nancy took over. Where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be doing with my hands right now? I don't know. I need help.
Here's my take, and feel free to disagree. But I think as this season has gone, and we have not won a trophy yet going into this, I think you have to look at this first round playoff matchup as the championship game. And I don't mean that to say that this team's only aspiration is the first round. Every game from here on out is failed season or successful season. However, knocking off Columbus and say losing in a final is going to feel very different than losing to Columbus in the first round, being the higher seed, getting the home field advantage. So I don't know if you are supposed to feel optimistic and hopeful or fearful going into a final. I can't really remember what I was feeling, say, before the Super Bowl when the Bengals were there. but I'd say whatever you would feel going into MLS Cup final, it's probably where you should be mentally right now.
That's not helpful. My mental health is not going to be good in that case.
I think that, you know, we've done a lot of hand wringing and a lot of bedwetting about, you know, all the team isn't doing as well as we would like, at least in the underlying numbers. They're not winning games dominantly. They haven't scored 4 goals. They haven't looked great against this team or that team that they're surely going to see in the playoffs. And I think that the end of the regular season is a clean break to leave all of that behind. Okay.
Every team 0 goal differential.
This is a team that they've tied for the most wins in Major League Soccer this year.
Pretty good.
They're incredible at holding a lead.
Yeah.
We looked at the numbers to get to today. They only have 1 loss after taking a lead the entire year.
That is wild.
They are better at holding a lead than anybody in Major League Soccer. And they've trailed, like, basically pretty sure they've trailed fewer than anybody.
Yeah.
In Major League Soccer this year.
It was close, but yes.
And that's, if you're looking for, like, you know, what type of team you think can roll in the playoffs, it's a team that's least likely to fall behind and most likely to hold the lead. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe they have broken whatever XG model people have, and they've said, no, we have the playoff MLS Cup winning formula right here. And it's going to be extremely difficult to keep us off the score sheet, and it's going to be extremely difficult to get us out of shape and score on us.
Yeah. So maybe we don't talk about XG, we talk about XD. These teams some dogs. Yeah. They got some dog in them.
Yeah. You know, again, like I said, you know, we've been critical of the team. We've been critical of the play. But honestly, like, from here on out, my view is if you don't go into every game, every series expecting to win, that's just loser mindset. It's absolute loser mindset. We are going into the playoffs with a team that is 1 point off the supporter shield, that has, again, won more games than anybody else in Major League Soccer this season, except for Philadelphia, who's also won 20.
Correct.
But that's a Mickey Mouse 20 wins because they're playing the Red Bull system.
Yeah, that's right. And they're gonna lose to Chicago first round.
Yeah.
Bank it.
Yeah.
And you know, we've got chip on his shoulder, Evander. We've got Kevin Denke coming back. We've got Brenner, right? We've got the best 3 attackers in Major League Soccer. We have studs on the back line. We have a healthy Obi for the first time since forever.
Healthy Kubo.
Yeah, our
healthy
6
Kubo.
DP.
Yeah.
So
that quite literally is 6 DPs on this team, or players that have been DPs.
We are
7.
Will
teenage.
be 7.
8 will be future.
We should be walking around like we own the place. And from here on out, that's the mentality that I want to hear from the fans, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to see we are the bosses of this league, and we don't care about X whatever. You know, we don't even know what field tilt is. Field looks flat to me.
Game's not played on a spreadsheet, mate.
Yeah. We're not globe heads, okay? We're flat fielders.
So like I always feel like whenever I get like too high about a game that comes up, like you know, you play the Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football and get curb stomped. Like I never want to get too high, but then stupid things happen where I come across on X, the everything app. It's all happening on X. I come across the picture of Brenner holding the Brazilian flag, and I thought to myself, I was like, they've never played Brenner and Evander together. Like no one in this MLS Cup.
I think Orlando just subbed in a Knight of the Bailey. This guy's looking a little thick for a soccer player.
The bass drum.
They're giving up now. This game is over.
Too many churros at Disney World before the match.
I'm not sure I've seen a close up of Luis Muriel all season. My goodness. Anyway,
yeah, just I see Brenner posing with the Brazilian flag, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that, he's built different, and he's shown in this little run we've had here incredible chemistry with Evander, and I don't know if that gets going. That's the sort of thing that wins you trophies. And I hate, it's like, why do good thoughts feel like intrusive thoughts right now? Like,
because you don't want to become vulnerable.
Yeah.
And right. So you don't want to go into the game expecting to win, because you feel like that's setting yourself up for heartbreak.
Yeah.
And we ask the players on the field, right, to be brave, to take chances, right, to try to make things happen. So patient. What I'm asking of the fans is have the courage to be vulnerable here, right?
Yeah.
Have the courage to hope, be brave enough to open yourself up to the possibility of being let down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
talk your shit.
Let's not go that far.
Shooters shoot, man.
Yeah.
Winners act like winners.
Winners want the ball.
I want people to ask. Yeah. Winners want the ball. Exactly.
We want the ball and we're going to score.
Yeah. Whoa. Hope. Okay. So we're officially giving ourselves permission to get fired up about this week. All right. Yeah. Because like I'm struggling with the thought that we're going to fuck Columbus up a little bit. And that like Evander, Brenner, Denke being back. Denke in that suit, I just don't know how that man loses MLS Cup. Like you wear a suit like that on decision day. That's a man that's all business. That's a man that's here about his business. And if you come and step to him with a business attitude, you're going to get the business. And so I look at that. I look at Brenner. I look at Evander. I look at Yuya Kubo coming back. You got Dotto that can come off the bench. You got Kamara that can come off the bench. This is a team where, I know that we talked about like not coming from behind great. I don't know if they've ever had this much firepower ready to go, like off the bench.
They've never had this much firepower off the bench.
Like Albright was on the radio this week talking about this is one of the deepest teams he has ever seen in his 25 years, involved and around in MLS. And you know what? I will usually chalk that up to hyperbole. I'm looking at it now. I don't know that I disagree with the man. Like Sammy Guidi coming off the bench, Brian Anunga coming off the bench. These are like Anunga started all year for this team, and he's coming off the bench now.
And Echenike potentially coming off the bench.
Yep.
Right. And I know we haven't seen it yet from these two. Okay. But I just have it in my head that if you're in a game and you need to score a goal late, tossing in Mark Zook to deliver balls in the box to Jabari. Not the worst thing you can do.
No.
And
it's just
I could see that. I could see that winning a game for us.
Yes. Grayson, you talked about this in the 2023 Eastern Conference Final, that in that game, they had the ability to bring in
Christian
Ramirez, and we didn't really have like a similar tool. Yeah. And now
we've got options.
We almost have too many. Like it's a great problem and situation to be in right now.
They've got a lot of different ways they can attack you now, which like this team used to only have one way to play. Mm-hmm. And for a long time, there wasn't a curveball. There wasn't a change up they could throw. It's like now they can go big. You can throw Ayub Jabari on, you can throw Kai Kamara on, and you can get fucking huge. You can throw Ender Echenike, Sammy Guidi. You can get some speed. Mark Zook, you can get some speed out there. Like there's lots of different ways now that they have the ability. You can put a more aggressive foot forward. You can sub out Obi and put Guidi on if you need to get forward a little bit more. They've got some tools to play with now. And I'm just, I like this. I like the variability they have now. And it just feels like when we've worried in the past about this team being easy to diagnose and easy to identify the patterns of play or what they're going to do. Yeah, they got like 5 different things they can do to you now that they can choose based on that are matchup dependent and matchup specific. Last year, they didn't have that. They ran into an NYCFC team they didn't match up with. They didn't have a second club in the bag. They got a lot of clubs in the bag now. And
you could say like, oh, well, if they got so many clubs in the bag, we would have seen it at this point. And like, fine, but like, all we need to do is like see it ever, like it couldn't start next game.
Most of these people weren't here all year.
Most people weren't here all year.
Yeah, Kubo's been hurt most of the year. Obi's been hurt most of the year. Brenner just got here. Gidi just got here. Jabari just got here. Echenike just got here.
Marks just got here.
I would say that we could say I think it's inarguable that the team that is going to play Columbus on Monday is better than the starting 11 that's going to play Columbus on Monday is better than the starting 11 that played Columbus in the 2023 Eastern Conference Finals. When you look at the absences that team was dealing with. Okay. Yeah. And I think it's inarguable that the Columbus team that we're going to see on Monday is worse than the Columbus team that we saw in the 2023 Eastern Conference Finals. That's not to say that they're going to be easy, right?
Right.
But man, you got to go into that game expecting to win. Yeah. And that's the mindset that we should have.
And here's something that there's just to think about for the rest of the week, because the playoffs last year left us with a sort of sour taste in our mouths. I think collectively we can all say that.
Yeah.
This was the bench for that playoff game. I'm going to read you down this list of names and just compare this with what they have available to them this year.
Okay.
Sergio Santos, Alvis Powell, still on the team, Kevin Kelsey, Dado Valenzuela, our boy Evan, Ian Murphy, Brett Halsey, Corey Baird, Nicholas Gioacchini. That's it. That was the bench for this team that lost NYCFC last year. In the starting 11 at the time was already Yuya Kubo and Yamil Assad. This is a different team that is going to fight with this. This is a team that is plus a Kevin Denke and a Brenner. Kevin Denke and Brenner are better striker options than anyone they started last year.
Evander right now better than Lucho late 24,
especially last year. Yeah,
like clearly better than this time last season. Lucho. I'm not going to like sit here and lie to people and say like Evander is better or clearly better than 2023 Lucho. I mean, 2023 Lucho was a special season for a special guy.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
And that was his season. I'm just saying that this is
comparable.
But Evander's got more goal contributions this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's a case.
Yeah.
Evander also doesn't take penalties either. Lucho took penalties.
That's true.
Grayson, you compared it to the Eastern Conference Final in 2023. The lineups, I think on an even more practical level, this is a much better team than the team that last faced Columbus. Yes. We've seen this roster be overhauled since then, and we'll see exactly how they shake out. But Columbus is also dealing with a couple of key injuries as well. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just saying
we'll deal with that stuff on Sunday.
In terms of, how the teams are faring since the last time they played, I like where we sit more than where they sit. Yeah. So
the bench in that 2023 game, not to dredge up bad memories. This is what they had on. This is who they had on the bench in order to offer their change of pace. Ray Gaddis, Fire Tuck himself, Dom Baji, a returning from injury Obina Wobodo, Marco Angulo
was not.
Oh, he was not good. He was not good.
He was not good.
If it was not playoffs, at that time, he was not good. He was not going to be there.
He was a much, much worse player than what we saw from Obi against Montreal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel barely run,
and I feel a lot better having seen what Obi can do that we saw in the Montreal game.
Yeah.
And also, Obi was sort of pressed into service because there was literally nobody else to fill that gap.
And now we have Gidi.
Gidi and Anunga to sort of fill that role. Right.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Keep going.
Remainder of the bench: Marco M. Grullo, rest in peace. Sergio Santos, Alec Khan, or Can. He's Khan. We're done. He's retiring. Sorry about that. Brett Halsey, Dado Valenzuela, Malik Pinto. The bench right now.
Not the same Dado Valenzuela.
Not the same Dado Valenzuela. No, the
baby.
bench washes. Like the bench currently washes that group.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brett Halsey and both. Gotta love that.
Yeah.
But we got better strikers than we started against Columbus. We got a lot of
Brett Halsey involved with a different MLS now.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
His true MLS love.
The reason why MLS can't have MLS.com.
Do you think he got into real estate because he kept trying to go to MLS.com? And he's like, well, maybe I should just do this.
Maybe he got a tryout for his first MLS club and he was like, I don't know anything about selling houses. I need to check this out. Is this what they're going to make us do on the first day?
Maybe he got good at soccer because they told him, and to win in the real estate game, you really got to know your way around MLS.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll show you. I played for a couple of teams.
Brett Halsey from MLS to MLS.
Oh, God. Well,
I'm fired up. I'm fired up now.
Yeah. Now that we're fired up, let's move over to part 2, where we talk to somebody else who I assume is fired up. Funny enough, the matchup against Columbus did not really come up in this. So we hinted at it a little bit here and there. But
that's not what this interview was for.
No. This was
mostly for wasting his time.
Yeah, that's accurate. Like that's what all player interviews are for. It's for wasting their time and finding out what their Chipotle order is. And to that end, mission accomplished in this interview.
Dear God,
listen to find out. It's dare I say it's the best one we've had.
Yeah, I will be ordering this on Thursday when this episode releases.
But I will order it too.
But also, they're going to look at me like a psycho at the Fountain Square Chipotle when I pick this up. So,
yeah, right. They'll be like, you're the 11th person through this line that has ordered this.
All 12. That's a perfect score from the listeners. Then
we all have to go to the Fountain Square one, though. Okay, so enjoy the conversation with Cincinnati's own Nick Hagglund. We'll catch you on the other side with a couple of listener questions. Oh, and joining us here, an incredibly special guest for us on the postcast. In a lot of ways, a dream guest for us on the postcast. I don't know if I need to introduce him. There's no reason why you're listening to this and you don't know who he is. But I will just say Cincinnati's native son, Nick Hagglund, is joining us. Nick, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on today. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, Nick, I am happy to have you here. I was going to say going into this, I don't know if you know the lore of the Cincinnati postcast interview, but we have been
I heard about the postcast the bump.
We've been known to offer a bump.
I've heard about the bump.
But we're a little late on it.
The problem is you scored before, so now
I guess I'll have to score too.
It's like a Minority Report thing. This is like pre-crime. Like you got the bump before even appearing on the show. So is there anything you want to tell us?
Yeah.
Wait, about the goal or about
getting the bump prior to even joining the show? You're welcome would be helpful right here.
I feel like there's Cincinnati connection there, Yeah. There has to be some special magic that's going in the Skyline chili that we all eat together.
Yes. Nick, I usually have some sort of weird 6 degree of separation with somebody in Cincinnati, literally anybody in Cincinnati. I was sort of going through my metaphorical Rolodex and I don't quite have a good connection with you. I did at one point hire somebody who was your next door neighbor. That's as close as I can get.
Still pretty good.
A Cincinnati connection.
That's really good. That's really close.
I have one that I'm reluctant to reveal, but it's a special occasion. My dad teaches at Lakota.
Hey, let's go Firebirds!
But did not have you there.
Oh, which way? Lakota West, right? Not Lakota East.
He teaches at the freshman school.
Oh, the freshman school. Okay,
East freshman, but it used to be the combined freshman.
Yeah, the combined freshman. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But speaking of Cincinnati, obviously you are Mr. Cincinnati when it comes to FC Cincinnati. But what was maybe your first memory of attending a Cincinnati match in Cincinnati? Is there a professional team or even one of the college teams that you sort of connect to as like the first soccer team in the area that you were a fan of?
The first soccer team in the area, the Riverhawks. Do you remember the Riverhawks?
Riverhawks is good.
Yeah. So me and my club team would go down to the Riverhawks team. We wouldn't watch the game at all. We'd sit behind the bleachers and play soccer during the game. Then we'd hear a bunch of roaring and we'd go out and be like, "What happened? All right, we're gonna go back and play soccer down behind the bleachers." But yeah, the Riverhawks, that would be a team that we would go watch. And then obviously when I was younger, I'd go see Lakota West, and that would be the team, as they went through like the Final Four. They played St. X in the Final Four at Lakota West, and I remember being at that game, and that was kind of and other than that, it was kind of USA Mexico games up in at the Crew Stadium.
Yeah. It's a weird spotty soccer history with Cincinnati, and until we get to FC Cincinnati, I mean, there's been sort of like stops and starts along the way.
For sure.
But you have been on this team now from the beginning. And I just got to know, like, what do you see is the biggest change from when you first showed up with this brand new MLS team to where we stand today? What has been the biggest change in that time?
Oh man, the biggest change. I would say the biggest change is that we've learned some lessons, honestly. We've learned some lessons. I don't know because I mean, I've had so many teammates since I've been here at FC Cincinnati. I've had so many coaches. I think, honestly, bringing Pat Noonan and Chris Albright has been what changed FC Cincinnati, the course and trajectory of the club.
Yeah.
I would say that was the biggest change for sure. But I think it took lessons to get them here. I think there's a journey of lessons that have brought them here. And so I feel like every time that there was an opportunity to, there was a mistake or something went wrong, I think there was an onus to make it right, where not every MLS club is like that. And I've seen MLS clubs that are towards the bottom that they're okay with just letting it slide and another season go by and another season go by. I think our ownership group, our president, were determined to learn from the mistakes, even though they happened multiple times over. They went back and said, "I'm going to change this." And I think has been a constant through our MLS, journey. But I would say having Pat and Chris at the helm has really changed the course of this club.
So when Pat and Chris came to the club, were you appointed as the first person to go and talk to them and say, "Look, I'm speaking on behalf of the locker room. We've been through some stuff. Let me clue you in a little bit as to what it's been like here before you arrived"?
Yeah, I was going to be in a, don't know if you want me here kind of situation, but I went to him and I just laid out the laws that I think that we need going forward. And I don't know if I'm going to be here. I want to be here, but I'm not sure. There's no like paperwork or anything. So, but I want this club to be great. So here are some things that I think would help. I don't know if he took them into consideration or whatever, but I kind of laid it out like this is what's happening. And before, when I was in contract negotiations, I was kind of a free agent. There was a bunch of teams that were talking to me. I sat down with Pat when he got hired as coach. And kind of wanted to pick his brain a bit about what he saw in the team and what I saw, and how I wanted to be a part of it. Conversation with Pat, I knew immediately that like it took maybe like, "Chris, please sign me for whatever. I'm going to be here because I know this team is going to be successful." And no, I did. I knew there was Pat Newton as this like directness. He was going to be no BS. He's going to be transparent. He's going to be honest and give you exactly what he's thinking is what you're going to hear. And we needed that at that time with this group. And yeah, for me, I was like, whatever offers I had anywhere else, even if they were better, I don't care. I want to be a part of this because I think we're gonna do something great here.
Nick, we were doing the math on this earlier today. By my math, we've got about 13 center backs that have joined FC Cincinnati since you signed, either via the draft, loan, signees, and yet you are still here and you are still starting and you have been a part of the most successful teams in FC Cincinnati history and MLS history. When you look at sort of the aggregate of what has happened over the last couple of years, what do you attribute to your success in terms of like fending off challengers in these position battles here?
Yeah, I feel like for me, I always have this motto. It's called, I just say like the cream always rises to the top. And, you know, I always bet on myself to be the cream. And if I'm the cream, then I'm going to play. If not, then my role is something different and I'm okay with that. And I'm just not the cream. And then I have to, you know, face that fact. For me, I feel like it's just having a good mindset every day that you're like, you're in competition with everyone, but you're also in competition with yourself to be a better player every day. And so every opportunity that you get, you're getting 1% better. And hopefully that adds up to being the player that gets to play on the day. And so I always like to have internal competition with myself to be a better player every day and a person that comes out and has a good attitude and adds to the group. And hopefully when I get my number called on the end of the day, that the work that I've done with myself is seen and the coaches appreciate that and they want to play me because of it. And so I feel like it's, you know, if you're the cream, you're going to rise.
Do you worry that using the slogan, the cream always rises to the top, is not going to dispute the allegations that all you think about is coffee on a daily basis?
Ooh, actually, that might add right to that. but that's an accurate statement. I sometimes at night before I go to bed, I'll tell my wife, I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for my morning cup of coffee. Like I get so excited about thinking about that coffee. Like I can't wait till sleep is over and I have that cup in my hand and I'm getting to slurp that.
I'm playing my wife this clip at some point when this episode gets released because she is going to feel so seen by that statement right there.
I think people should be excited about their coffee in the morning. You know, if you're not excited, I'm sad for your coffee drinking experience. You can upgrade it. You don't need to do Folgers. You don't have to do Nespresso. There are better things out there for you.
So what is your home setup like similar to what you guys have at the training facility? You got like a nice,
I have a Breville at home.
Nice.
Which is nice. And I get beans from Intelligentsia, which is like a Chicago-based coffee shop. And it was the first coffee that I ever had. And there's something nostalgic that I like about it. But it's considered one of the best. So I really enjoy that. But yeah, I'm due for an upgrade here soon with the Breville. It's running low on some pressure gauge, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here in the future. MLS Cup bonus. If we win the MLS Cup, maybe I get a new espresso machine. I'll dangle that carrot right out in front of myself.
We win MLS Cup, you got to get a coffee sponsorship. We got to be Nick Hagglund
like
Presents is what it's got to be right here.
Just a shop, right? Like we got to
I'll take out a whole shop.
Have you had a latte since the away leg in Atlanta, or are we banning and forbidding lattes?
Great question. Because I thought to myself when it happened, I'm like, wow. I got hit by a coffee cup. Like I love coffee and it literally took my lung out. Actually, now when I drink my lattes, I'm really excited because I'm like, I'm smashing this. This is my revenge. I may never see this guy again, but this is it. This is what I'm doing. So but once a day around 3:00, I'm getting my revenge back.
It's like every time you see the latte cup, it's like, this is my motivation to get stronger. I will never lose to latte ever again.
Exactly.
I've noticed out there on the internet, I don't know if you have seen any of this sort of bubble up to you, but your name has popped up a couple of times in the MLS Comeback Player of the Year awards. A couple of pundits have thrown your name out there. I am wondering though, what is harder to come back from, a broken leg or multiple broken ribs and collapsed lung?
I would say the broken leg was much harder to come back from than the collapsed lung. You'd think it would be opposite because your like vital organ is being exploded, but it's not actually. It heals actually pretty quickly. So yeah, and when they like cryoblaze your nerves so you can't feel anything for 6 months, also helpful. They didn't do anything to my nerves and my legs, so I could still feel it. But my ribs, I can't feel anything like from EA down. So we're good still.
Oh man, I can't imagine like what that has been like for you. I mean, this is again like just connecting the 2 points. Like this has been the wild thing of like there has been like, you know, the constant churn on the back line, constant new center backs, the injuries that have popped up unfortunately the last couple of years, and yet here we are going into the playoffs. I mean, a starter on this team, it is pretty incredible to see, man. Like this has been a ton of fun as like a Cincinnati soccer fan to like see one of our own out there like kicking ass. Like this is cool, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think I got a couple messages from some kids. They're like, I can't wait to see you. Like when I broke my leg and when I broke my ribs, they're just like, I can't wait to see you back out there. And that's just like motivation to get back out there. Like, I'm not going to let these kids down. Like every time there's a kid in Cincinnati that gets to see me play soccer, I hope it helps them believe that they can do it too, that they can dream big, that they can have this opportunity if they work harder, whatever their dreams are, that they get that opportunity. So whenever I, put on the badge or whatever I'm playing, I think about those kids and, the opportunity of being a Cincinnati kid, and helping them dream big.
Kevin brought up the kind of the media throwing your name around with the Comeback Player of the Year award, and just kind of as a larger question, I never know like how much of that media stuff really penetrates the locker room, or if you guys like see what people are saying about the team. I do feel like despite the fact that you guys are second in the East and you've kind of been good all year, there's a little bit of sleeping on this team from the national media. People kind of down a little bit on their chances. And I'm wondering if any of that is if you guys are noticing any of that, or if it's the type of thing you just freeze out, or how you guys feel going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think we ever talk about it exactly. I think most guys read the articles and see what's being said. I don't think we really acknowledge it at training. For us, it's just about us getting better. I don't think there's any reason to bring outside noise to the locker room or what we're about. At the end of the day, we're on the field and we have to do the job. But I think people read the articles and see what's being said about the team. And yeah, I don't think there's enough credit for what everyone's doing, from the coaches, from the players. A lot of people like to talk about XG and what that means and losing the XG game. Or we just talk about like Kevin and Evander saving us. I don't think that we're all a part of it, and there's a rhyme and reason to what we do. And I think maybe a bit unfair, but I love the group that we have this year. We've been really deep and been able to put people in different situations, and a lot of times don't have the same starting lineup back to back. And I think we've seen second place in the league is not something to say oh, it just happened. It's 34 games and we're in second place with a lot of different things that have happened over the season with, people getting injured, people going away for national team camp. We have 8 guys that go away for national team stuff. There's a lot of different, and if you look at the roster from day one, it is completely different than the roster that we have now. And that's a kudos to everyone that's in the locker room and the coaching staff and everyone putting it together to formulate this, that no matter who's on the field or what's going on, we're still putting results out there. And so, I'm pumped about our group. I'm excited about our group and what the playoffs have for us.
So I guess the question, I just wanted to follow up quickly on that. When you are on the field and you see someone take a shot at goal, is it going through your head, man, I don't really want to give this XG up. I'm really upset that the XG is going to be high as a result of this.
No. Not at all. I don't think I've ever thought of XG until I like open up FOTMob at the end of the game and be like, please have a good score. And then if you get a bad score, you're like, well, they didn't see all the little details that I did in the game. They didn't see that one step where I told Alvis to run that position and he blocked the ball. That's points in my book.
Okay, now I got to know, do you ever clown on each other in the locker room for bad FOTMob scores? Because I would be the first thing I would do if I was playing like professional soccer. Open up FOTMob. It's like, ooh, man, only a 7.3. Got to step your game up this week, son.
Well, it's pretty much guaranteed that Evander's going to be the highest because he's going to dribble the most people or something. No, we don't. Actually, no one talks about their FOTMob score. I think people are embarrassed to talk about it and be like, you really care about that score? That doesn't actually matter. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah. I don't know. No one talks about it.
So how do you guys, measure yourselves against each other? Is it just standings in the fantasy football league?
Yes, only fantasy football. I'm in last place, by the way. It's been a big year for me in fantasy football, and I'm usually pretty good. I don't know. I didn't do any research, and then read way too many articles the day before the draft, and then drafted all these like sleepers.
Yep.
Just Evander's in first, and he literally didn't pick his entire team. He just auto drafted, hasn't changed anyone, just willy nilly gets 130 points a week, and is just.
That's why AI is going to take over.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. When it's your year, right?
Exactly. If you're drafting Travion Henderson, it's not good. If you drafted CeeDee Lamb, it's not good. If you drafted Chase Brown, you got one good game out of 6. My team's just not going to be able to compete at that point. I got every split backfield. I got Rico Dowdle and Chubba Hubbard. I got Woody Marks and Nick Chubb. I got Aaron Jones and didn't get Jordan Mason. This is not my year,
I think what we heard from Evan was you have to offer just an insane number of trades to Corey Baird. It sounds like he might accept a couple just like by mistake.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some people in the past years that are just like relentlessly sending like 4 players over for one, like 4 bad players over for one good player, and that just chips away at you all year long. And then you do something really dumb at the end. You're like, "Fine, man, you can take my player. I'll take your 4," and then you regret it.
Stop with the requests. I can't deal with this anymore.
Yes, exactly. Number one, this is a blast from the past, but Ray Gaddis was the worst at sending trades over. Ooh. It was like all day. I think he got banned from it. I think the family was like, "You got to stop, Ray. It's too many trades, man."
Go lift a weight. Go run. Do something else.
Nick, what has been harder this year, balancing playing with raising children or showing I show speed around the training center?
Oh my gosh. That's a really great question. And that I have to think this hard about it gives you the answer. It was different. I mean, I would say I know what I was like with my kids. I'm in control of them and I can like help them and guide them. And I had no control over speed. It was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. We'll see how this goes. You want to kick a ball? Okay, great. You want to go do pull-ups? Okay, great. You want to play with these lights? Okay, cool. You want to make a coffee? Okay, cool. If you don't, that's fine. I don't know. There was no plan at all. It was just like, come up with something off the top of your head to be entertaining. And I was just like,
jingle your car keys in front of him and see if that works.
Yeah. Honestly, you probably would have drove my car away if I gave him. I don't know. Anything could have happened.
On a similar note, I don't remember the exact age of your children, so I may have this wrong. But do you have a favorite K-pop Demon Hunter song?
Oh, yes. I'm a soda pop boy. I'm a Saja boy at heart, so Yeah.
That means nothing to these other
The funny
two.
thing is, like, we've only listened to the music. We haven't watched it because my daughter's 4, so she's a bit young.
Okay, yeah.
And then my oldest is 7, and she really wants to watch it, but we're kind of like, we'll just listen to the music.
Yeah.
So maybe when they're older, they can watch it. But right now, they like the music, and that's it. So yeah, she likes, my youngest likes Golden, and then my oldest likes Free, and then I'm a Soda Pop boy. So, and my wife can just sing them all. So that's it. We were trying to do like all the dance moves and everything. It's great. Honestly, the music's great.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievably catchy and has taken over my life. So it doesn't get better.
Do you know the Korean words, or you just like make them up like I do? Like
we make them up. Like we listen to like a lot of K-pop in our house, weirdly. So like this at like the right time. But yeah, nobody knows any Korean in our house.
Isn't that dad prerogative though, just to pretend like you understand everything and just make it up as you go along?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yes.
I only know one Korean word, and it's annyeonghaseyo, and that means hello, and that's it. So I usually just throw that in there somewhere when I'm singing.
So this means that you guys have to make MLS Cup and play against LAFC so you can show off your one word to Son when he's on the field.
Oh yeah, freak him out.
You know, that's true. Honestly, I just show off my word to Austin Berry every day because he was in Korea. He's the one who's like, you got to watch the Demon Hunters. This K-pop Demon Hunter. He was on it before everyone else was on it. I was like, this must have to do with the Korean stuff. Austin, I don't think this is going to work. I'm not sure.
It's all fun and games till he starts rocking the soundtrack in the weight room while everyone's trying to get a lift in. And it's like, I don't know that this is setting the right vibe for what we're trying to go for here.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you need a switch up. You can't do Latino music all the time. Actually, you can't. Sometimes it needs to be different. If Matt's on the aux, he's got like 90s and 80s, and you need a break from that too. Something totally different. K-pop Demon Hunters hits that, you know?
Would the team have had fewer problems if you guys had just actually limited all music to just Korean pop music?
I don't know. I'll have to test it for next year.
Like if somebody wants to sing karaoke, they...
Oh, no.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
To pivot away from that incredibly quickly, I do have to know, is this the year that you will finally replace the jersey you have at the Cintas Center with an FC Cincinnati jersey instead of Toronto?
Honestly, I could, I guess. I don't know. They never asked for one, so they just wanted the one I was drafted in.
Oh.
I could ask.
Feels wrong. It feels wrong. Hometown Cincinnati hero, FC Cincinnati legend. I go to watch a Xavier game and Toronto.
That's true. Maybe I'll just ask them. I'll just like leave one on the ground by the Hall of Fame and see if it just gets in there.
Feels like it should be somebody's job to ask for you.
Yeah,
it's gotta be somebody.
Yeah, I'll just go to the Xavier game this offseason. I'll just hold my jersey, stand in front of it, and just hope someone's like, "Oh yeah, we should put that in there."
Just give it to one of the ushers and be like, "Hey, can you just throw that in there real quick? Thanks."
Can you just put that in real quick? Or I'll just duct tape it on there, and then someone will get the hint that they should be there.
From Nick, thanks.
Yeah, from Nick with a Post-it note. Boom, done.
Nick, we've had this question asked to a couple of other players. As far as I can tell, Chipotle is the universal language of soccer, and I gotta know, what is your Chipotle order?
Chipotle order. Okay, I get a bowl, rice, black beans, half chicken, half steak, because you know they're definitely going to give you more than just half.
Really?
That's the sneaky tactic there. And then it is salsa, corn, cheese, lettuce, and a side of guac, chips, and I get the brown Chipotle sauce. Put that all over it. Shake, shake, shake. I have to shake it up in the tin, so I'm getting it to go. Yep, shake, 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 boom. And then if I'm feeling spicy on the day, if I'm feeling like, you know, I want to enjoy this a little bit more, I'll get the vinaigrette and the sour cream on the side. I'll mix the two into each other and make a dip. So then I'll take a chip and then I'll dip it in the mixture and then I'll dip it into my bowl and then I'll take a bite.
Oh my God.
This is mind blowing. I'm so hungry right now.
He said he doesn't care about analytics, and he's talking about like maximizing his expected meat. All of a sudden.
Yo, I got a family to feed. I got to save every cent I can, These cheesecake, I'm ordering 3 cheese quesadillas for these kids each. That's a lot of money. You got to save a couple cents on the 3 pieces of chicken and steak that you get extra.
Yes. The expected meat metric is off the charts there on this order.
I like that. Yeah. That's how you order for top expected meat.
I went to look up an old interview of yours that you gave to the Toronto team website back in 2016. In that interview, they asked who your favorite player to watch is. You said it was some guy named Lionel Messi. Does that answer change now that you've had to play against him a couple of times?
No, I really think watching the way he plays it's special, like people don't move like him or see things like him. So the shine doesn't wear off because of playing against him. I think there's a more of appreciation for, okay, how do you handle a guy that with that much talent? How do you prepare for that? I think when you play against these players, like the Zlatans, the Drugbas, the Wayne Rooneys, you get to just appreciate the things that they do. This is obviously not their prime, so you have to think,
right,
what could have been, and you're still having to handle these situations at they're not prime, and so I think there's just some more appreciation for what they can do when you're playing against them.
Is there like a particularly like annoying or difficult guy you've gone up against in your career that just like gave you all sorts of problems, just like with the craftiness of what they were doing?
No, really the forwards that are just like really relentless on like chasing you down. And like they're probably not going to get the ball, but you can just like they're going to constantly like run after you. Those are the ones that I'm just like, come on, man, stop running.
Back in that same interview here, and I again like thank you so much, man, for your time.
No problem.
So far. You said the question. I thought it was a very interesting question to ask. They asked you what your ultimate goal was. A very open-ended question. And you said, in any situation that I come into, I'd like to leave it better than I found it. Do you think you've done that with FC Cincinnati?
I would like to think I've done that so far.
Yeah, I think you have. I think you can go ahead and check off the ultimate goal as it relates to FC Cincinnati, at least. I'll let you apply it to the rest of your life, however you see fit.
Yeah, I feel like when I went to Xavier and they were a bad program and one of the worst, like 213th out of 216 NCAA teams, and we helped bring that to a top 25 team. I think that just felt really rewarding for me. To be a part of something and grow it. And so when I went to Toronto, which was a team that had no history at all, they had never made the playoffs, being able to be a part of that and grow that into something. And it, for me, it's not really about if I'm getting the accolades or am I playing or whatever. It's just being a part of it and helping something grow and be a part of the culture. And I feel like that feeling of building something is so rewarding to myself, and you feel valued as a person regardless of what your role was. If you score a goal, if you're on the bench or whatever, you feel like you're a part of it and you're growing it, then you feel valued, and that value pushes you to be a better version of yourself. And so I feel like when I came to FC Cincinnati, that's why I was so excited when I came here the inaugural year, because I was like, I get to put my stamp on what this looks like. And the major reason why there was a couple opportunities that other teams wanted me to go, and I turned them down because I just wanted, something special for our city, and wanted to help, build this club into something amazing.
Well, like I said, mission accomplished, man. This has been a blast.
Thank you.
I do have one.
Ooh.
I do have one last question that just came to me.
Please.
You don't have to tell us what it is, but you have had a couple of notable local themed celebrations for your goals. Obviously, last weekend you did the Icky Shuffle. If you score against Columbus in this series, do you already know what you're going to do?
Ooh, I haven't planned yet.
Okay.
But it's in the works. I've been kind of thinking about some things that I could do. But I don't have it down pat yet.
Ooh,
all right. We'll be looking out for it.
But I would like it to be Cincinnati themed. We had the Icky Shuffle. We had eating Skyline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cutting, not twirling.
Perfect.
We had the Genius of Water, Fountain of Square. We'll find something here good.
Pigs can fly. If I could just throw an idea out there. I don't know how you incorporate that into a. Oh. All right, done.
I don't know how this looks. It looks cool.
It looks great. It looks great. Cool. It looks great. It'll look great on Instagram.
Yeah, the pictures will come out. It'll look better on picture than video. Thank you.
You got to be careful, man. That'll end up as like a trading card.
Actually, I have one of the worst trading. My first Topps card was awful.
I've seen.
Have you ever seen my first Topps card?
Oh, it's rough.
It's terrible. We were playing DC United at RFK. It's a corner kick. We're an attacking corner kick. I'm trying to block out Bill Hamid like this, and he's hitting me in the back, and I'm like, it's horrible. It doesn't even look like I'm playing soccer. And they're like, yeah, that's the picture. Boom. I don't know who the Topps guy. I don't know if I hurt his feelings or whatever happened, but I got done dirty there. There wasn't a soccer ball in sight. It's just Bill Hamid behind me.
Just punching you in the back. Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible.
We'll have to go back and look that up.
Look it up. It's terrible. Every time someone asks me to sign that card, I'm like, please, no. Don't circulate this around. Just burn it. Take the next year's card.
Oh God. Well, Nick, man, this has been so much fun. Thanks for coming on, and we are wishing you and the team all the best of luck in the playoffs, particularly this first round, man. So thank you.
That's right. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
All right, we are back, and again, a huge thank you to Nick Hagglund and really the FC Cincinnati team for getting that together. It's just fun being a fanboy, okay? Honestly, it's just want to just bring players on and be like, how cool is it that you're a player?
Yeah. It's pretty awesome that you're playing for FC Cincinnati and you live in Cincinnati. That's pretty awesome, isn't it, man? Yeah. Pretty cool when you did that.
Would you be a fan if you weren't playing? Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too. Would you have season tickets? You want to sit by me? All right, cool.
You want to hang out sometime? No? Okay, that's fine, cool.
For coffee, I don't know. Maybe I'll give you my number. We can get you on the podcast easier so we don't have to go through, the club and it.
No, John will take care of it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's okay.
John will handle it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. That's probably for the best. It's all right, man.
He probably has access to your calendar, and
it makes more sense.
Yeah,
you share it on Outlook.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking, it's all right. It's cool. It was a dumb idea.
Oh God, no! That was fun. It was a great conversation. Nick's a good guy. I mean, he's the real deal. From what little we were able to interact with him there, good guy. Glad he's on our team. Glad he's not on literally anybody else's team.
Can I tell you what I've been laughing about? And I'm happy I'm able to talk about it now that the embargo has lifted on this interview.
Please.
I'm so mad at myself. I didn't put two and two together about the fact that this man who is a coffee lover was injured by latte. Yeah. I have been laughing about that, just chuckling to myself for the past day and a half now.
My greatest love. Yes. And my greatest hate,
my greatest enemy, my greatest weakness.
Yeah. And I do think it seemed very important to Nick that people understand that other MLS teams did want to sign him.
Yes. He's here by choice.
I just want to make sure that gets out there.
Yes.
Which, honestly, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Right?
Also, Chris Albright. Like, this explains why Nick...
Name a team he couldn't play on in MLS right now.
Tampa Bay.
Miami Fusion.
Miami Fusion.
Chivas USA.
Yeah.
Should we keep going?
I had this thought too. So a long time ago, somebody said, I forget who we were interviewing. Maybe it might have been Matt Doyle at some point when they said that like, oh, the vibes guys on the team are the goalkeeper's room are always the vibes guy on the team.
Yeah.
Is Nick Hagglund an honorary goalkeeper? Because it feels like he's a vibes guy.
Ooh.
I'm not sure we didn't get into this. And so I'm guessing that he doesn't drink like the goalkeeper room is known to drink.
Coffee.
Right. But,
I mean, everybody's
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't.
Nick,
maybe I've totally misjudged.
No, you haven't misjudged because his name used to be pronounced Alec Khan.
I think if there were ever a situation where between red cards and injuries, we needed a field player to go into goal,
it's you,
it does
Kubo.
feel like, no, it's Nick's. Like
It's
it
Nick.
feels
It's
like it
clearly
would
Nick.
be Nick would be the next man up.
I say that like honorary goalkeeper, he definitely judges Roman Celentano for drinking Ghost Energy instead of coffee.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
Young boy needs to learn. That was awesome though. That's very cool. Can't believe we hadn't done that before. That's kind of a Jimbo on our part that we hadn't had Nick on.
I think it's a little bit of, we lacked like the bravery to dare.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's like, if we ask for Nick Hagglund and we get turned down, that's like the one I would actually like kind of be sad about. Like, if you like feel bad. Right.
Right.
So it's like better just never ask for him because you can't get rejected.
There was I want to say the day after Miazga got suspended for the unsanctioned pizza delivery, I did immediately text Horlander, like, can we get Matt? Just the perfect time to get rejected. Just like, hey, I gotta ask.
I think our work on the Pizzagate was like some of the best work. It was probably the best like body of work we've ever done.
Honest to God, that is the only episode that I've like gotten like multiple people that usually don't comment on the show to tell me that like that was really good and we should do more of that. And I was like, well, I
don't want that to happen more often.
Yeah, hang on.
Right. But they should have put us in the room. We would have gotten Matt off.
Oh.
Pause.
We're not doing phrasing anymore. All right.
We're here to get Matt off unsuspended. We're here to defend our client. How does this anyway?
Matt would have played in the Eastern Conference Finals if they'd let us do it.
Yeah. I feel like we shamed the players union into saying something. Like, I feel confident in that.
We did a lot of stuff. I know for a fact that I know for a fact that the professional referee organization was
not thrilled.
not thrilled with what we were doing.
Well, we really hit him with the 1-2 punch because
then we got a copy of the CBA.
We got the copy of the CBA and then the lockout like in the same off season. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm still banned on Twitter. None of this is making the episode. Kevin, you got some Patreon questions for us?
We kind of do. So I've got one comment here from Titus Plank, which Titus, if you want this to be your question, so be it. But if you do not want this to be your question, I will let you submit another one. He asks, okay, so when do we get the Patreon tier that lets us hear episodes without bleeping and bleeping out stuff? And how much will it cost? Titus, if you got to ask, you can't afford it. You can't afford the unedited versions of the podcast.
Look,
unfortunately,
some of us might want to run for Senate in Maine someday. We need to have something, left to the imagination.
Yeah, but we gotta. We'll leave a couple of things that we can sort of throw to the wolves.
You're talking to a podcast where Grayson won't appear on camera still, even if everyone knows who he is.
Also, like, most of the time when I bleep something, it doesn't necessarily need to be bleeped. It's just way funnier to bleep it.
I had multiple
Yeah, there
people.
have definitely been some of those. Yeah.
There was multiple people that texted me asking, like, so what is it that you said? And I was like, I have to go back and listen. I don't remember. I spout off a lot.
Well, we also don't know what Kevin bleeps.
Yes, I was going to say, you don't know what part of that. What is funny,
there have been a couple times where we've said, Kevin, you have to bleep.
You have to cut that.
Those moments do happen. With that, I like to think I do an okay job of like hiding the edits. Sometimes though, our voices are just like in radically different places.
There was a bad one in this last episode where it was just we had to cut this entire portion of the conversation.
Yeah. So we'll like be talking in a normal voice and then just like, yeah, and then I just come back with like too much energy like that. It just does not work. But other times I hide them pretty nicely.
You never know. There's a lot that gets left in the cutting room floor sometimes.
It's true.
And sometimes nothing at all.
Now, this
definitely when I'm editing the pod, nothing gets left on the cutting room floor. I've got time for that.
There is that too. It's like, how late is it? I don't know.
Gotta hit that morning release window. That's the most important thing we can do right here.
That is true. Yeah. If I ever like missed by a day, it would be bad for my mental health. Okay. So this other one comes from Matthew. Matthew, I'm going to leave your last name out of this just based on some of the things. This was from Matt. No, actually, never mind. I can't even make the joke, so I'll just have to cut it. I said, this is less a question and more a response to the question about Foxy Shazam.
Hold on. You can't be using your Patreon to respond to other people's Patreon. The Patreon question is for us, the hosts. It's not.
I can tell you one thing I know about Matthew without hearing his last name.
Please.
Definitely a white man. Look at this presumption. The world is yours, buddy.
Again, there are other things in here I can't read.
See Patreon splaining to us right now?
But you are right, Grayson.
It starts off with as a white guy. I feel the need to butt in here.
Yeah, I felt important to also edit that for him.
I didn't say the Holiday Inn Express last night, but I am a white man.
Anyway, Matthew says, he's talking about Foxy Shazam, says, I have serious FOMO about having a fight song, which it's kind of the first time I've heard somebody refer to it that way, but I do think that makes the most sense. Listening to Columbus sing Falling in Love with Crew or Glad All Over from Crystal Palace, You'll Never Walk Alone, blah, 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 blah. Said my wife and I have a long time game of trying to identify a song for FC Cincinnati. He likes Feel Good by James Brown, recorded in Cincinnati famously. But he said a couple of months ago, we were listening to Foxy's self-titled album and Unstoppable came on. And we were like, this is the song. There's more to it than this. They sing the praises of the song.
It's a great song. It's an absolute banger.
Yeah, the questions are, assuming you've listened to the song, do you agree it is the perfect fight song? And two, whether or not you agree, will you facilitate a discussion around what songs we should have? And three, how do we make it happen?
Boy, you can ask Max, number 3, and he'll go off for a couple hours on that topic of making a song happen.
True.
So the problem is that like the question that he asks, where he posits this sort of like fight song idea. Yeah. So there's a very different thing between like a fight song and an alma mater. Mm-hmm. If you went to college, you went to a college game. So like there's the fight song, and then there's like, what is it? It's Carmen, Ohio, or whatever it is.
Carmen, Ohio is the alma mater.
Alma mater. That like, all the players go over to the band and they sing the fight song at the end. The alma mater.
The alma mater, yeah.
The alma mater is usually more along the lines of something you sing while, arm in arm swaying back and forth. It's usually
more somber,
which is I would say wise men say for the Crew is more of an alma mater than a fight song.
And I think You'll Never Walk Alone is a little bit more of like an alma mater than a fight song. So I don't hate the idea of having an alma mater. I think that would be really cool. But the other problem with having an alma mater is that like it has to just sort of come about. I don't know that you can just announce this is the alma mater and then everybody just goes with it. Now, I know that's saying like somebody wrote the alma mater quite literally. I was
going to say it's funny because alma maters are literally, here's the alma mater, sing it.
I think it would be tough for that not to start organically. And I think that anything you did that wasn't started organically would be a problem. The fight song, that's Mr. Brightside. And I'm on record for saying that needs to change. So like Unstoppable replacing Mr. Brightside would be rad. I would be completely in favor of that. It's an awesome song, awesome album, local Cincinnati band. When, they came to the supporters asking for like, what's our song should we pick? Nobody had a good idea, but like the one we all sort of came up with was, like Walk the Moon is local and everybody knows the words to Shut Up and Dance. Let's just do that. But Unstoppable is a way better song. If you could figure out a way to get momentum behind that, I would be 1,000% in favor of that.
But we're not going to facilitate anything. That's when we put my foot down.
Here's kind of the funny, ironic
not moderating
part.
like a round table on this.
Have a reflection session, a listen and feedback and comment like Parks and Rec style.
A public comment,
a public forum, if you will.
I mean, this is ultimately the problem, though, is every time somebody has an idea, we are now further away from reaching consensus. Like we need more people to have fewer ideas here. What we really need is the entire fan base to rally around one song. And I think that, one, there's a lot of good options. I mean, even in Matthew's question, he brought up another one. Feel Good is a very good option. And you will have other people say, well, it's not from Cincinnati. And then other people say, well, it doesn't matter if it's from Cincinnati. It just needs to resonate with you or the fan base. But yeah, I think for an alma mater, I mean, it's triggering, but Welcome Home is an option. But you also have The Lights of Cincinnati, which I think is the official pick of the postcast. Considering,
many people have listened to that and have disagreed with Pat Brennan's assessment, like people that whose opinion I respect.
I think it works as an alma mater. I don't think it works as a fight song. Like you're not going to do that after every goal, right? But like Shut Up and Dance works great after every goal or after a win or something. Yeah. So I don't know. Well,
in the end, what you just said, though, Kevin, that's how you end up with Mr. Brightside, is that no one can agree on anything. And so it's just like, what is something that is inoffensive to everyone that no one loves? And it's like, the Killers.
I think Unstoppable is the front runner. I think it's a great choice. Foxy Shazam is like a pretty cool band to be from your town.
Having a moment right now, too. So the time is now.
Having a moment for sure. But that's a pretty cool band to have from your town.
So hold on. So they play Mr. Brightside at the end of these games, right? Mm-hmm. Why don't we just start playing Unstoppable after that and just see what happens? Like, you got to go into a second song afterward. Just like immediately after Mr. Brightside, let's go to Unstoppable.
You don't want the club mix of All I Do Is Win?
No, I don't. I want Unstoppable by Foxy Shazam.
So I think the person we actually need to talk to is DJ Primetime.
No, there's whoever his boss is the person we need to talk to. I don't want to talk to DJ Prime.
Time.
Whatever.
DJ Prime's is
we're on a first
Amazon
name basis,
alter ego.
it's the Paul Brothers official DJ.
And there you go. Well, that is all of the questions that I have for us today. But yeah, if folks are subscribed to the Patreon, you can submit the questions. By the way, I did change the setting. You can pay for the whole year up front, and if you do that, you save a couple of bucks. So if you have questions about that, reach out to me.
And also, I'm not supposed to talk about this, but stay tuned. We've got a big, exciting announcement coming up about the Patreon after the first of the year. I think people are going to really, really like. So on that note, fuck Columbus.
Oh,
the Cincy Postcast is a production of The Post Cincy. You can check us out online at thepostcincy.com. You can also follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky, Facebook, and Instagram. Twitter and Blue Sky, though, you'll find we're a little more active than the other places. We're also on YouTube, where you can listen to this episode if you aren't listening to it already. We are also putting up video content semi-regularly, including the Away Days series. We want to give a huge thank you to Jim Trace and the Makers for providing the music for this episode. They're a lovely band, and you can find more information out about them in the description of this episode. And if you happen to enjoy what you just heard, can I please ask that you like us, that you rate us on whatever app you're listening to, and maybe more importantly than all of that, share this episode with a friend. When it comes up at work, you're talking about FC Cincinnati, I say, hey, I listened to an FC Cincinnati podcast. I think you guys will like it. It would really, really help us out. Nothing helps a podcast travel more than a good recommendation from a friend, family member. That would be awesome. When it comes to the sorting algorithms that control our lives, a 5-star review would be much appreciated. Also, leaving a sort of written review weirdly does more than that. That's how the algorithms work. So maybe say a nice or a mean thing, whatever. Just as long as you give us 5 stars, that'll really, really, really help us out. And if you are looking for more MLS content, check out our other podcast, The World's Gam. Again, a link will be in the description of this episode. That is where we touch on league-wide storylines and news, and we talk about other games and a couple other teams in there as well. I think you will enjoy it if you are just dipping your toes into Major League Soccer. A huge thank you to all of our sponsors. A even bigger thank you to all of our patrons over at Patreon. But maybe most importantly, thank you for listening to this episode.